This is Kim from KimberlieKohler.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a simple pair of dangle bead earrings. This is what you'll need to make the simple bead earrings. 2 head pins, and head pins are the ones that have the piece on the bottom to hold the bead on. 2 matching beads, 2 earring wires. You may or may not need wire cutters. You definitely need round nose pliers, the ones that are round, and then you'll need needle nose pliers. The first step is to place the bead onto the head pin. Now, one little thing I wanted to point out to you is sometimes the holes in the beads are bigger than the piece at the bottom of the head pin, so it will slide right off. So you want to check that. If that does happen, you can just use a seed bead at the bottom if you want, like a smaller bead, or just try using a different bead altogether. Alright, slide that on. Then you're going to get your round nose pliers, the ones that are round, and just grab the head pin near the bead. And then you're just going to bend it around. Let me see, I switched hands. And then take your needle nose pliers and go around one time. And then I just like to straighten that back out so that the loop is straight. And then you can either just use your round nose pliers to kind of hold on to that loop, or you can use a pair of chain nose pliers, which I failed to tell you you might need, which I am going to grab. Okay, these are chain nose pliers. You could use another set of needle nose pliers. Ideally you'd use nylon covered pliers, which I have, but sometimes they just don't work out. The wire slips out. So you should try those first, because they'll do the least damage to your wire. So you just sort of grab the loop in between the 2 barrels of the pliers, and then you're going to wrap around that next to that wrap that you just made, and continue wrapping around at least a few times. If you need to switch sides, it's fine. Tell you, it's a little awkward doing this on camera. Alright, so go around a few times. You can continue to go around to use up the entire head pin. I'm not going to, because it doesn't seem to be cooperating. So if that happens to you, just use your wire cutters and snip off the end. And notice I like to hold my finger over the wire when I'm cutting it, because otherwise it just goes flying all over the house. Then use your needle nose pliers and just make sure that end of the wire is just sort of tucked in, nice and flush, nothing sticking out. Okay, so now we're going to add our simple little dangle bead here onto the earring wire. Now, to open up the earring wire, it's not what you might think. You don't just kind of open up the circle. You want to retain the circle while opening up the loop. So what I do, is I hold on to the earring wire kind of by the long wire part, and then I use my needle nose pliers to hold on to where the loop is. The opening is right here. So I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and just sort of pull the wire toward me. Oops. And so it opens it, but you'll see the circle is still intact, it's just open. Then you just put that dangle on there, and you do the exact opposite. You just sort of push it. And you might need to wiggle it back and forth a little bit to get it lined up perfectly. But there you go. There's your little earring. And then you just repeat it again for your second earring. Through the magic of video, I have completed the second earring. So we have a pair of simple dangle bead earrings done now. So it is just like the title, it's very simple. And to make these a little more interesting, what you could do is add more bead dangles. You could put a couple of beads or a few beads on the head pin before you wrap it and make the earring. You know, just get creative, and you have the simple basic skill now, so you can do whatever you want. Thanks for watching and learning how to make the simple dangle bead earring. There's plenty of free tutorials on my website at KimberlieKohler.com, or you can find wire wrapping for beginners at www.wirewrappingforbeginners.com. Thanks.